instant teleportation afterwards. Like, mwah, perfect.
These are things that you learn in the theater eventually, is how to teleport oneself. once you're the head of a department, it is just something that you figure out how to do.
You just have to be terrified of the worms. That's all.
Yeah. So
like, we didn't slam it down and then jump back. It happened when I lunged.
Oh, I was going to say I can give you a copy of Stacy, or rather, I can, if I make you an owner of Stacy.
Well, I got her D&D Beyond up here.
Oh, okay. Well, that works too. I was going to say.
I just have to call out the calls. I don't know.
I can give it to you
on this one.
I can give it to you in Foundry.
Okay.
And then you can pull up her character sheet in Foundry.
Okay.
For now. That should work. You are now an owner of Stacy.
Thank you kindly.
While you get set up there, I am guessing that nobody will necessarily have any major objections to kind of just walking through walking out this combat and not necessarily playing through the whole thing, as you're already
They're all
like
restrained. We can literally just stay in the back and...
Oh yeah, that's right. We restrained them all.
Yeah. I mean, the only there is no question in my head that the dudes on the ground, of which 2 of them are nearly dead and 2 of them are, and they're all restrained. Unless, or rather, if you guys want to just kind of talk through how you want to deal with these last couple, the archers on the roofs. But I don't think that we need to go sit through a whole bunch of combat right now, because the tide was in your favor, as it were, when last we left our heroes.
Guerrilla warfare tactics.
It seemed like everyone wanted to destroy these guys, and there was Finn was going to offer to Al to give him spider climb for the archers on the walls.
Oh, I can climb. Oh, yeah. No, this one can't. Yes. Yeah.
Cool.
I'd have probably taken the spider climb and use that to climb up, stab one guy a whole bunch.
Right.
And run over, climb up, stab the other guy a whole bunch.
And deal with the other guys. Yeah.
We couldn't have taken care of the other guy with distance stuff.
Oh my god. No, I was just picturing Art out of nowhere just climbing up the walls like some kind of horror movie, slashing one guy, and then hissing as he goes back into the shadows like so crazy.
Cool. So you guys make fairly why is there? Oh, I see. He's dead, but not dead. Cool. Cool.
Gulp. I think that was unsolicited advice.
No. That was me just looking at things in the combat tracker. That's all. There's 2 different ways to mark people as dead. One puts a big skull in their picture, and one puts a little skull in their picture. So they both are the same, effectively the same. It's just funny.
Yes. All on the archers that we can't see anyway.
Yeah. So as you take out the last of these clockwork soldiers, you the last one, as it's destroyed, almost like they somehow communicate together, lets out this ear-splitting shriek that sounds like nails on a chalkboard shearing metal, kind of terrible noise. And then as the clockwork remains kind of start to crumple to the ground, it launches a flare up into the air. But after the shriek, after this terrible noise kind of subsides, the square gets very quiet, and as you guys are looking around, kind of making
the flare goes up. Can I try to like hit the flare with ice runes?
Sure.
All right. Normally it's a Constitution save, but do you want some kind of roll?
Yeah. I don't know. Interesting. Roll like dexterity, like it's a ranged spell attack.
Yeah, okay.
Or roll with whatever your spell roll whatever your spell attack is.
Okay. Let's see here. Basically this one. That's a spell. 16.
Yeah, with a 16, like this, the flare goes up, and Finn is pretty quick to send some ice after it, so it gets put out fairly quickly, and doesn't hang in the sky for terribly long.
Hey, that was that. Where are you going, sir?
And while this is happening, or in the aftermath of this, in the quiet of the square, you hear a single door. It starts to creak open, and a kind of bedraggled looking hound leans out and kind of gestures at you guys and disappears back inside.
I have, let's see. My passive insight is 13. Do they seem trustworthy? Without taking the time to actually think about it?
Going towards them anyway.
Oh, we're going to anyway. Okay, never mind.
I mean, they appear to you to be like it doesn't appear that they would have any reason to not be sincere, to not be benevolent.
They seem like they're not on the same side as the robot?
Correct. They seem like a real townsperson that doesn't look like they were enjoying what was going on.
Okay.
So they were mechanical, right?
They were.
The enemies
we killed were mechanical.
Yes, the ones you killed were mechanical.
Yeah, basically at this point, everything that is mechanical is not part of them. So let's go.
Wow, this is the first time I'm not. Yep, cool. So, um, you walk over to the door that you saw open, and are you going to knock on the door? What are you going to do?
Oh, they beckoned and then closed the door?
Yes.
Got it.
Suspicious. I'll go up there and knock on the door quietly.
So when you open the door,
I will knock on the door.
Or
Not open the door.
sorry. You knock on the door, and
Excuse me. Can
the
we come
door
in?
the door cracks open again, and you see the same face of an older hound, and he's like, come in, get out of the street quickly.
Yep, getting in out of the street.
I guess that's what we do.
Yes.
I'm coming in from the out now.
Yeah. And so you enter this house. It is a fairly nice house for the district that you're in. And you are welcomed in by this hound who looks less rural than you would expect to see in this district. And even as you are all inside, he kind of looks you over, but is always kind of watching the door and the windows. And he says, it's so great that you've come and taken out or the soldiers, but every time you're not the first people to have done this, and every time they just keep coming back.
Do the same ones come back, or do new ones come?
New ones come. The once they're destroyed, they
Thought we were gonna have to deal with zombie robots for a second.
It says this. Usually this is such a quiet part of town, and I. Where are my manners?
It seems especially quiet right now.
that is true. Where? My name is Thomas, and I am the councilman for Glasshedge.
By the way, would your last name be Jefferson?
No.
How dare you? Okay.
I can. Every time that people have come and tried to free us, these soldiers keep coming back with more and more with more and more soldiers.
Well, we got a letter saying something about you guys needing help and to bring supplies.
Finn holds up some of the supplies that were his job to carry.
Yes,
So
we did. we sent for supplies. It seems to be the only way that they let people in.
We left a cart out in the square.
I'm sure it's gonna be okay.
I'm sure that the the townsfolk who are still here would be very grateful for anything that you brought them. These creatures, these soldiers, they've kept us confined, and they tell us that we can't even leave our houses for months because of this holy pastor they keep talking about.
A holy pasta,
That's
huh?
weird.
How
The
long have they
holy
been here?
pasta?
Pastor.
No, I know it's pastor. I know.
I
it's pastor, but
know.
Sam just thinks.
he
Sam
corrects.
thinks with food first.
He corrects you.
Oh, okay, no pasta. What was to protect you? We still get you out. That's what we were hired for.
I mean, technically, we were only hired to bring the supplies, but
Yeah, why not?
Something tells me like the poster we saw was kind of more of a ruse to try to get people here who
Yeah.
can actually help them.
we're
You
going
think?
to do it anyway.
Yay!
Oh,
I'm
good.
just saying.
You are on board. Like, yeah, technically we've fulfilled the job and all, but
We did currently see crimes being committed, people in fear. Isn't that our job?
murdering things? Yes. I mean,
Protecting
yes.
Wait, who said
the
that? What?
people.
Wait, what? That's our job?
You're a Delver.
I mean, it can be.
It
Huh.
pays good.
I've been under the misunderstanding that we're just running around doing stupid shit.
That's only if we get caught.
Huh. Okay. Keeping that one in mind for next.
I mean, the the description of the things that you're doing is all in the eyes of the beholder, I guess.
I behold that we
Wait, there's a beholder
save
now.
people.
Yeah. Sorry, that is me, Alex, not Thomas, the tank engineer, the councilman. Yes. Well, we've since these soldiers showed up, we anyone who's left in town has been locked in or shut up in their houses. They don't seem to like it if we go outside.
Why does it matter? What are they doing?
Well, I attempted to trace their path a few weeks ago, and they followed one of the trails that leads out of the district to the north, into Kirkward Woods. And there's an old cathedral up there that just appeared out of nowhere. I'd never seen it before, and I didn't dare to get any closer though because of what I've seen these creatures do.
Strange neighborhood. Who are you gonna call?
What do they do?
Can I take a wild guess?
Roll intimidation or persuasion.
Okay, hang on.
Can I take a wild guess? Let me guess. They take people away, and then more metal men can. Meaning they probably turn them into metal men.
Oh man, you know, I didn't even make the Doctor Who connection until now, but
7.
a 7. I just, it's very hard to talk about. They, all I do, what I can tell you is that they some of the townspeople have given up, and the soldiers claim to be escorting them to their holy ground. And whenever I see these people leave, they all seem to be wearing very serene smiles.
Okay.
Very-
I don't feel like this is really quite like a full insight check thing, because it's not that I don't believe him, but basically, does he seem like he's not telling more details because he's really scared?
Yes, that is
Okay.
that is the feeling that you are getting.
Okay.
Hmm.
They said something about their mission and everyone living, like they wouldn't stop until everyone living. That doesn't seem right. What are they doing in town?
Well, I think they're just here to convert, to take the townspeople. That's all they seem to be doing.
So they just block off the district and basically siege you all out until you give up and go with them.
That that's pretty much what's been happening. And everybody that's left just doesn't want to leave their homes. They don't
And
they
the
don't want
town,
to they don't want to abandon the town.
why hasn't the town itself done anything?
Did we just
Uh,
get in Stacy? Yeah, go to Stacy.
Well, Stacy's on. She's just listening, I think. Hi, Stacy.
And
this the town this district um is mostly farmers. Nobody here is really trained. We when they first came, we tried to fight them
Not
off,
the
but they
district.
just
No, not the district, the main town. Why hasn't the guard stepped in? You're part of town, aren't you?
I'm guessing that's the guard, and I can't point to the middleman.
no, those are not the town guard. The town of Goldentide, they sent soldiers at the beginning, but when these uh when these creatures, these machines, came into town and kept coming back, they couldn't send enough soldiers and feel like they could keep their town safe.
Or they just a bat? That. Mm. Finn, like, does the math and arrives at the conclusion that Golden Tide just abandoned the district and is clearly unhappy about this.
It might have to do with money.
Mm,
The actual town or mayor or somebody may have been paid off.
Well, you'd think they'd understand it. Once they've taken Glasshedge, they're probably going to come for the rest of Golden Tide next. So it's not like they're actually stopping anything. All they're doing is just pushing it off. But in the meantime,
Getting fat and lazy.
That
I used to read books that had this sort of thing in it a lot.
I mean
I-
that it
I
it could very well be that our our friends in the city are hoping that we will figure out how to deal with this on our own.
I say we just face them head on first. Give them a lesson or two on proper manners.
I don't think they have manners. I don't think they're alive. Well,
Okay.
Well,
we
see
know
some.
they're not alive, but I suppose we should be finding one of these trails out towards these would you say Kirkward Woods?
Yeah.
Yes, yes. It's to the north. If you take the road north out of town, we'll take you right up into the woods.
Everyone,
Okay.
can we
Um,
actually address the issue that it took us that long to take out those ones? Meaning, we might not actually be strong enough to take on these guys.
I mean,
and Sam.
you were doing pretty good. just
Yeah,
saying, most of you were doing pretty good, I think.
I wasted
good.
most of my spell slots on that. Seriously.
How many spells did you use?
Like 4.
A
Oh my
lot.
god.
He used a lot.
Yeah. I don't have any cantrips that can actually deal things to these guys
Got
because
it.
of the fact that they're machines. Meaning, I'm not gonna be much help here. All I can do is provide support.
I mean, that's what a bard is for, but
Not always. Usually, I can dissociate the enemies, make other things. But the thing is, I'm out of further spell slots. Meaning, if something happens, it's almost I won't be able to do much. Also, all that support stuff gets expanded very fast.
You need probably some
Ooh.
cantrips. Sounds to me like you need more cantrips.
Uh,
How does one get more
You
cantrips?
one doesn't get more.
yeah,
you level up.
One needs to
One
create
doesn't
their
just walk into
cantrips.
Mordor.
I do
Um,
have these,
You're
and
right.
I
We get
can't
on an
point to my
equal fly.
boomerangs.
What was I gonna say?
What?
I do have
I
the
mean-
boomerang stuff from there on.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Above the table, if you're feeling like this is harder, that was kind of the point. Because I felt like I'd thrown a lot at you guys. That was like,
Yeah.
oh my god, we just beat the crap out of everybody. So,
Violence
I-
isn't the answer; it's the solution.
When in doubt, more fireball.
Someone put a collar
No.
on this one before she kills us all.
What do you mean? I agree. Violence is never a question. It's always the answer.
that
It's
being
like-
said,
We don't have to rush in there right away. We could take a break and rest up and gain back our spell slots.
Yeah, I guess we could do that.
and
Are you planning on
the councilman Councilman Thomas says, you may have time to take a rest here. It usually takes them about a day to send reinforcements in.
What? Looking out the window, like obviously we were just outside. What time is it? What time of day is it now, Alex?
You probably got here about midday, so it's probably starting to get on towards the mid to late afternoon.
Okay.
And as you're looking out the window, you would probably also see a couple other curious townspeople maybe starting to poke out of a few houses.
Oh, we gave them hope. We need to take it away.
Well, that's one way to look at it.
Except if one of you has a plan to actually how to deal with them.
I say we find the source. I say we find the root of the problem, and just like every gardener, dig it up, burn it, possibly
If
eat it.
With its head? I like
If-
removing the heads of things.
Okay. Let's go again.
Hang on.
We need an actual plan this time.
If
Yeah, that might
Thomas,
actually help.
about
What
how
is-
far is this encampment that we need to go to?
It's probably it's a couple hours walk, not more than half a day, I don't think.
So this is something we should probably head out and take care of in the morning. Getting a bit
Uh,
late
Or-
in the day for us to head out there right now.
I'm sure that if you want to spend the evening in town, that anyone in town would be happy to give you a place to stay.
And I guess we can stay here for the night. I could use a couple more of those HP back. It's still sore.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh,
It's just kind of sore.
hold up.
Who is incredibly damaged? Like, who is severely
Nah, don't.
injured here?
No, I'm good.
Well, what is everyone's health at?
I'm at 33 out of 44.
I'm
Sam,
at
you big
14.
baby, put on a band and you'll be fine.
I'm at 14 out
fine.
of 28.
Okay. Da-da-da-da-da.
I'm at 38 out of 38. I didn't
Yeah,
get
you
hit.
don't get hit. You just do.
Rogue does rogue things.
Rogue does rogue
Rogue
things.
Okay.
My job is not get hit. Deal damage, no hit.
Fine, basically, no one-
I guess the
Okay.
night. Let's go ahead and stay.
Wait. Well, yes, but before we rest,
What's your health at?
oh,
Me?
it's
33 of
39.
44.
Yeah. So, because we're gonna rest anyway,
Wait, Sam, I didn't catch that. What was it?
Sam is at 33.
33 over.
Finn?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Finn. So, before we rest, Finn is gonna cast. He's gonna direct everyone to stand into the spirits.
What are you trying to cast? Healing Spirit?
Yes.
If you're
If
going
we're
to,
taking a long rest, there's no point.
Why?
because you'll get all of your HP and spell slots back in a long rest.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, you get all of your HP back on a long rest?
On a long rest,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh.
If
Yeah,
it was
I
going to
was
be a
about to
short
go off.
rest,
If it was going to be a short rest, that'd be a different story.
You have to
Yeah.
you have to spend healing
Hit
good
dice.
hit
Yeah.
dice. Okay, never mind.
No, long rest is
yeah,
you're
because-
going back to the inn for a long night's rest and you burn off the last of your spell slots, shooting
Yeah.
fireworks into the air because you made it back.
Because
Got
none of
it.
you are warlocks. Only warlocks get spell slots back on a short rest.
Hey, who told you I'm not a warlock?
who
Your
says I
bard.
get any spell slots back? Ever.
Okay, well, whatever then.
Great.
Yeah, we're good.
So,
So we
Is-
were talking about if a quick question about magic, like how a thing works.
Yes, there is magic in this world.
Womp womp, very funny. Like the spell does if you cast Pass Without Trace, does anyone who's affected by it have to stay within 30 feet of you to receive that bonus?
I believe that is true.
Okay.
That you kind of have to all be together.
Okay. That answers my question.
Before you settle in for the evening, is there anything else that anybody would like to do? There are the curious townspeople. There's your wagon full of supplies, and the crumpled piles of clockwork soldiers
Golems?
in the square.
Finn is gonna go check them out and see if there's anything that see what he can figure out about them.
Elle's going to start distributing the supplies that we brought.
Sam is gonna help with that one. Good job.
Phil is gonna walk around, tell people of our deeds, and then ask for aid. I'm gonna be looking for any medium armor they might have, like a breastplate, and any shields.
Sure. Those of you that are doing some searching, go ahead and give me investigation.
I only have a +2 on that.
Oh, fuck me. 3.
3. That's a 5.
I'm gonna be with Finn on this one. So I'm going with Finn to check out these old clocks. Can someone say
Okay, so
your int is a -1. Does that mean you're assisting me?
Huh?
Great.
Sure, go ahead. Roll with advantage.
Woo! 6. Better than a 3.
Hilarious. Wow, everybody's rolling terrible. Cool, love it.
At least we're getting that now instead of in combat.
So, as you are sifting through these clockwork soldiers, you find that they seem to have coin purses, but all that it has in them is things that the automatons think might be valuable. And I use the term think with air quotes. So you find like coin purses that are full of things like bent nails and glass marbles and cloth dolls.
Wait, what?
I know what's happening here, and I'm ready. Bring it on.
Sorry. What did Phil roll? Looking for armor. 5. Yeah. These guys have like
they're farmers. They have nothing.
Well, but these clockwork creatures, like in the pile of parts that is left.
No. That's not what he said he was doing. He said he was checking to see if the townspeople.
Oh, if any the townspeople. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm also gonna spread the word of what we did.
Yeah.
Hopefully, getting support.
So
you find a pitchfork.
Can I have persuasion as well?
It's a wooden pitchfork.
You meet an armadillo, whose name is Earther.
Okay. Did the armadillo come out? Have any of the 3 Hicks ever, like, do they even know what an armadillo is?
I know what an armadillo is. Thank you very much.
No, not you as a player, your character.
No, probably not.
Yeah, why not?
No,
Phil may have been around a little bit more.
Yeah.
uh,
The equivalent
I mean,
of
yes,
someone tiny town in like Pennsylvania seeing someone from Algeria for the first time.
Yep.
but yes, because Phil was probably starting by talking to townspeople who had come out. Yes, he runs into Earther, who is a portly armadillo, and he.
What does an armadillo look like?
A roundup ball you can use as a basketball.
He tells Phil that he does typically run the Emporium, and he gestures over at the building. However, he doesn't think that he has anything that you would find useful, because it has been his shop has been cleaned out by these clockwork creatures and the other people or adventurers that have come before you. But he does mention that there is an Ursine witch who lives just outside of town, and her name is Claire, and she she may be able to help you, because she doesn't live in town and may not have been cleared out of her wares.
Do you think any of the residents here might have what I'm looking for, like a suit of armor or something to have the party, like healing potions or something?
So, or are you asking me, or are you asking Earther?
Arthur.
So Earther says that Claire definitely was Claire was definitely somebody that the town went to whenever they needed potions. So she may be able to have something for you.
Yeah, boys, I'm coming.
Okay, thanks.
You're looking for above the table, you're looking for
A breastplate and a shield.
Oh, sure. As you continue talking to people around the town, you run into a female wolf. Her name is Ava. And
a different female wolf.
A different female wolf than Sam, yes. And she. Yes, yes. She points you towards a building, and she tells you that she had seen the soldiers lock up all of the confiscated goods from anyone who had voluntarily gone with them, or that they had beaten and taken away with them.
Oh, where exactly?
It is. She gestures towards a building in the corner of the square.
That a
ways.
I'm gonna go be sneakily up to that door.
Okay.
Give me a second. I'll tell the wolf. Give me a second. I'll go check it out. The stealth has failed. I rolled a 13.
to
Be
sneak
sneaky.
up to the. Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
I'm basically just walking quietly.
Yeah. You sneak up to the door, and
I'll just
nothing happens.
basically, this is the important part. I want to basically be able to hear inside. I wanna hear without being heard. Out of the 5, what's wrong with my rolls today?
You
Oh no.
you put your ear to the door, and you don't hear anything.
Okay, I'm just gonna open the door.
The door is locked.
Okay, I'm just gonna go find. Okay, what kind of lock is it?
It's like a padlock on a hasp on the door.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I'm just gonna cut the chain with my boomerang.
Make an attack roll.
That's a 20. Finally rolled well. Max damage. So 10.
You take a pretty good swing at this lock, and now it looks pretty dented.
I'm aiming at the chain, not the lock.
There isn't really a chain. It's on like a hat, like
It's on a hasp.
yeah, it's on a hasp.
Okay, I'm gonna go a second time then with the boomerang.
Sure. Make an
Wait,
attack
why
roll.
dented? It's supposed to be doing slashing damage.
I mean, so
Metal.
it looks like you did a pretty good amount of damage. How about that?
Ouch, but it's
That helps.
continue.
Okay, I'm gonna do another 7 then.
Cool. With yeah.
See the flying road beyond me.
So he didn't feel like waiting for somebody to come pick the lock.
Yeah.
It's all good. So you
Didn't let
smack
the
this.
rogue know either.
You smack this lock around a few times and knock it off the door, and now the door is unlocked.
Okay, I'm gonna go inside and see what's in there.
Sure, go ahead and give me investigation.
For God's sakes, roll well this one time. Nope, it's not gonna now do so. 13 total.
13 total. So with a 13, you can find like an old kind of dented breastplate. It doesn't look so good, but it looks like it will serve. This is me scrambling to find something useful to give you in terms of
If the entire townspeople things are in here, it should be pretty simple to actually.
No. I'm just trying to give you something that is like to give you some stats for this little.
An item of stats
Yes.
Oh.
as the DM.
Yes. So. Okay. Sorry. Do. Yeah, sure. So it's not in the best of shape, but this is an okay breastplate, and it is just a standard medium armor breastplate. So it's going to give you an AC of 14 plus dex with a maximum of 2.
Okay.
So it would increase your AC to 16, I believe.
What's
My
the
AC was 14, so that's gonna send me up to 16.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put on the. I don't have a shield. Nope, I
What's
don't.
what's the armor limit on being able to cast spells unless you're a cleric?
Let's see. This is medium armor, so if you don't have proficiency,
It doesn't matter as long as you have proficiency.
You can cast spells in armor, even heavy armor, if you have proficiency.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
in the armor, yeah.
Okay.
And the breastplate by itself, or since it's not a full, it's not like full plate armor.
Right.
So,
Right.
Like
No,
you'd
even
have,
in full plate armor, you can actually
yeah,
start
yeah.
casting.
That's yes, hence a paladin, right?
Paladins and clerics, yeah.
Yeah.
You just have to have proficiency.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
I mean, assuming, I don't know, we may or may not discover if Phil decides that he likes wearing a breastplate all the time. Who knows? Or that he wants to carry around 20 pounds of steel, rusty steel. Yeah. Is anybody else doing anything before y'all go to sleep or take a rest?
Nope.
Distributing the supplies out of the
Yes.
wagon and kind of staring at the armadillo and other strange species.
They're actually, as you're distributing supplies, more and more people, more and more villagers come out. There is a large male bovine that comes out. There is another rabbit that comes out, and actually another armadillo. So, but a fairly good showing of people come out to get some supplies.
As Finn notices the armadillos, he says, "We'll all be shaved. You're a long way from home, aren't you?" And if it's awkward, it's supposed to be.
I mean, I suppose, but I call Glass Edge home. I've lived here almost all of my life.
Well, how about that?
Yeah, well, it's I mean, aside from this most recent occupation of our town, it has been a lovely place to live.
Well, hopefully we can help you out with that.
Oh, so they're basically hobos.
Hobos?
No.
No.
No, they live in the town. There's no train for them to ride. They can't be hobos.
Are you sure?
And I certainly thank you all for bringing supplies for my family and I.
Oh yay! We fed everybody, and now I'm going to sleep.
And as you distribute the last of the supplies, there is a small feline who comes out and picks up the last few things, and
The Hicks have also probably likely not seen many felines, if any.
By the way, I did open the door so everyone can just come inside and take their shit.
Unless they've seen in Littlefeld or Litfeld.
Yes, they talked to the Unbroken Bowstrings, a delving crew of three felines.
Got it.
Well,
The armadillo, though, that's new.
yeah. I mean, possible that they've been around Litfeld, but not necessarily ones that you've interacted with. So
I'm
this
imagining
feline,
this kind of Rumspringa.
yeah, this
I
feline
pictured
comes.
it in Letfeld at some point. It's just whether or not it was there at the time.
Yeah. So this feline comes out, and she takes the food that you're offering, and asks, "Are you planning to stay the night?"
Yes. It's a bit late for us to continue on tonight.
Well, if you need a place to stay, you're welcome to come to my house.
Aww.
Wow. Are you
That
sure?
would be lovely.
That's
Yes, of course. And she shows you over to her house, and gets you set up. And while she's doing that, she tells you, "Well, we really appreciate everything that you're doing for the town, and if you're going to continue to try to figure out what's going on here, if you find my friend Finn, go figure." Go figure that I had this written out before Finn was a character in our story. I it would be great if he could be returned to us.
I was gonna point at Finn. Found him.
I don't think the one she's talking about.
Oh.
Another job
Oh.
well done, Chris.
No. My friend Finn is also a small feline.
Okay. We'll keep an eye out for a small feline named Finn.
I know that you seem to be from a small town. It's not actually that uncommon for people to sometimes share the same first name.
And now they just
Really?
share the last name as well.
It's a big world out there.
It's a big world. Small villages are like New York City.
Yep.
That's more than one 2-story building in your town. It's a big town.
So, you all settle in for the night, and have a good long rest. So go ahead and take a long rest. And as you are settling in, kind of early, it's not super late, which means that you guys can kind of get up probably with the sun, if not a little bit earlier.
All right, I
if-
need to do my spells.
Oh, same here.
Yeah, we're about to.
Oh man, this is great. I saw this really funny meme that showed up in one of the groups the other day. That was like the wizard, like, I have to go sit and prepare my spells from my spell book, and the druid going, I have to go meditate on my spells or something, and the cleric saying, I have to go pray to an actual god for and the sorcerer's like, the fuck you talking about? I just do magic.
Right. And the warlock's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I just get you don't just get your spells from your sugar daddy?
Oh, Daddy.
I'm I'm just gonna go through the city and play some music to get my spells.
I'm sure they appreciate it.
Nah, I'm kidding. I get my spells no matter what. But I am gonna prepare some lightly fertilized ivy.
Sure.
You guys know the character in Smash Brothers, the Icebreakers, where there's the 2 players?
Oh yes.
I'm giving Sam Stacy for combat, so it's like icebreaker moment for her.
When I figure out how to use magic, which I don't and can't, as Sam.
By the way, in the morning, I would actually turn to everyone. So I found a lead of somewhere we might be able to get supplies, potions, and things like that. If anyone wants to.
Just for
Crickets.
I think we should.
I'm
Yeah,
good
just
to-
to stock up.
I'm good to hit the road.
I am not. I'd rather get at least some potions.
How many potions does everybody got?
I got
You
none.
need potions?
Yeah,
Yeah, just in case.
I got like one of them. So
I have 5.
I only
Yeah.
have the basic one though. So I'd rather get something better.
I don't have
Shoulder,
any.
shoulder.
Also, we might be able to actually find some better potions, like potions of haste and other things like that,
Or,
or potion of stealth. I look at someone.
yeah, I think you
Or you could just
sold it for me.
hide and run fast.
Yeah, I can't pound on my new breastplate. Yeah, this thing is falling apart, and I'm pretty sure it's making noise while doing it.
Well, with as old and rusty as it looks, I'm not surprised.
Nope, it always makes noise. Yeah, breastplate always makes noise, right? Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah, I think we're going to the shop.
Yes.
It's not a shop. It's you're stealing from the village.
No.
No. The
Witch.
witch.
Yeah, the witch outside the village. What was her name again? I already forgot.
Okay.
Her name.
Oh,
Yes. So her name is
breastplate
Claire.
doesn't give disadvantage. What?
Her name is Claire.
Okay.
Thank you.
Breastplate doesn't give disadvantage. That's weird. Okay. That's cool.
I think
Yeah,
that it is because it is just a piece of armor, not because it's not a full suit of armor. I believe that is why.
Okay. Cool. But the thing is, I just realized what the breastplate looks like, and I'm currently thinking of finding like a like a pan and just putting it as a hat.
You know, I would say get back to us when you're ready to pull the trigger on that one, because we found a chain link clothes maker, and it really actually does not hurt, so it'd be safe for puppy.
What?
Wait, what?
What?
So that way you can make chain metal armor for your dog.
What?
Oh,
First of all,
this is a real thing you found?
Yes. I mean, granted, we were at the Renaissance Festival. This answers most of your questions that you have, if not all of them.
I'm confused as to where the puppy came into it.
None of this is related
Nothing
to the
that-
game.
Correct.
Mhm.
In any event, I was very confused for a moment.
Someone just got distracted by medieval stuff.
It's all good. Okay. So, let's do this.
Your mind went literal squirrel. I love that.
Okay. So, Phil tells you he's heard about this witch that can sell you some potions. And or that might be able to sell you some potions. And so is there anything else that anybody wants to do before you head out?
I did say I was fertilizing some of the ivy, so no, that's basically it.
Cool.
But yeah, it's because you were talking about breastplates always making noise. No, it's not making noise. Sam was going to chime in with, then do chainmail. And then you started talking about want to put a little hat on a dog.
Nope.
Nope.
All right.
Great. So you head out with directions from the town from the townspeople, and you kind of leave the district, and are able to make your way over in the early morning hours to Claire's home, which is just outside of town. She's a little bedraggled when people come knocking at her door this early in the morning. But she answers the door, and how can I help you?
Hey, we heard you were the one to come to for potions and things after the metal men attacked, and you might actually not have been attacked.
Well, I do have some potions left. It has been a little bit harder for me to get supplies to keep making potions under this siege. I have I think I have 2 potions of greater healing that are here on the shelf. And those are 100 gold. And
I was gonna buy them both.
Hey,
That
I'm
was
seeing
200
one of
gold
them.
in your hand.
I also let's see. I have and this elixir of health. And that's 120 gold, and that'll cure pretty much any disease that you could get. Is there anything else that you're really looking for?
Do you have anything that might corrode metal?
Interesting. Is that even a thing? Yeah, sure. I don't. I've never had to make something like that. Most of the time, people aren't coming to me for they'd rather I fix things than break them for them.
Yeah, but you know what we're dealing with here, so anything you can do would be greatly appreciated.
Sam picks up the elixir of health. I want to buy this, please. And drops, what'd you say, 200 gold? Or 220? What did you say, 120?
120, yes. Uh,
Just wanted to get that off the table before it gets forgotten.
I hold on. Sorry, I'm like literally scrolling through potions lists. Trying to
I
find
think
something
we'll
that
fall
might
under
actually
acid.
give you something that makes sense. Um. Ah. Uh. So. Uh. I have this potion that would make you somewhat resistant to piercing damage, like if somebody tried to poke you with something.
Mm,
Ooh.
Sam, you will like that one, right?
Not being stabbed is easy. Yes.
This one is 300 gold.
And Sam puts it in her hand. What's the name of it again?
It is a potion of resistance, specifically to piercing damage.
Yes. I think this is going to come in very handy.
Uh, from there
Oh,
on, do you, by any chance, you're a herbalist, right?
yes.
Do you by any chance know of any plants that eat metal or
Uh,
Ben's face twists in a really like disbelieving way, like that's not a thing.
and
there are man-eating plants, and we are in a world where things like that might exist.
I
I mean,
I haven't run across any plants that I know are going to break down metal in any meaningful amount of time.
Ugh.
if you're going to eat a person, they're just going to swallow them whole, in which case they're just going to swallow the metal, but they're not going to actually break it down any faster than any other plant.
Mm, I'll figure something else out.
Okay. Uh, is there anything else I can do for you? I might have some regular potions of healing too. I know they're not quite as good as the greater, but if you're going to go after these soldiers, I think I could give them to you for uh for uh for 30 gold each. And she pulls out four more vials.
Um, I'll take two.
Okay.
40 golds each.
30 each.
30, perfect. Okay.
Wonderful. Anybody else?
By the
I just
way,
making sure I give everybody a chance. Otherwise, we can continue on our way. Yes.
everyone, can you wait outside for a bit? I want to make a deal with this.
He's been helpful.
Right?
You're gonna negotiate the price of
Of
healing
something.
potions?
Of something. Not healing potions, but
Finn glares at Phil, down at him, and is like, "Don't you disrespect this lovely elder." And he tugs his ear, in like a sign of respect at Claire as he goes out the door.
huh. Could
It's Phil would probably know it's a bear thing.
So, how about the rest of you?
The rest of
What?
Sam looks dead into Phil's eyes and just holds intent contact. You hurt this person. I find out how sharp my teeth are.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna hurt her. I just wanna make a deal.
And Sam growls.
And based
a
on
bit
what
that-
Elle did last time, okay, I'm not gonna make any deals around him.
Elle is standing there with
Yeah,
his eyes narrowed and is just no.
last time we could have made so much more gold.
There's gold, then there's honor.
Still prefer to actually be prepared. So gold it is for now.
Elle's not moving.
Nope.
Okay.
Just no.
Do
Just
you
because
have
they
any other
say the
business?
fishy don't touch the fishy.
Do you have any
Casey is
other?
sandwiched between Sam and Elle. She can't move.
Okay. The thing that the way that I see that they're not gonna move.
Might as well make the deal in front of them. I mean, are they really
I mean, you can try to make the deal.
Okay, but you're not getting any of this. I was gonna use this to help you later, but you're not getting any of this anymore. Okay.
Not clean.
So, Claire, I got this last time, and I pull out the sack of of soil. Do you know what this is?
I have seen this before. It is somewhat rare. The soil, it's soil of fecundity, no?
Yeah. I would like to procure more, a lot more.
Well, while this is a farming town, if we had anything like that, we would just be using it. I don't keep this around. It's not very easy to come by.
But as a herbalist yourself, you will know its pricing, I'm guessing. And how useful it is.
Yes, one bag like that is probably easily easily worth probably around 2,000 gold.
2,000 gold. Would make sense. I'm not looking to trade for it or anything, but I am looking to procure more, and I was hoping you could give me a fair price.
If I had some, I could sell it to you, but I don't currently have any. It isn't necessarily something that I specialize too much in, and like I said, since we're trying to keep the farmland going, this would go a long way to the farmers.
Okay. Maybe after we're finished. I'm currently using it for fights. So once I'm done with that, you can have some of it.
I've never heard of this before, but if you say it works.
I kind of show her the seeds. I use a special kind of spell that allows me to, how do I say this nicely, overgrow plants.
I feel like I've seen this magic before. Or something like it, anyway. Just be careful. You never know with plants.
Don't worry, I will. That's what I was actually gonna ask. If you have anything that might be useful, now that you know that I can grow plants, would you be able to assist with something?
Unfortunately, I don't. Like I said, I've kind of other than these last 2 vials of healing potions, I've given you pretty much everything that I have.
Thanks. I'll do what I can from here. Okay, we can go. If you guys don't.
Great. So, as you head out, Claire wishes you well, points you on your way, and you continue northward on the trail. Drop you all into this map. I'll get you over there. Do 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 do. And here we go. Yay! Pew 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 pew. And as you continue up the road, was I here? Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Everybody?
Actually, do any of you have a passive perception of 13 or better?
Yep.
13.
Yeah.
Sam, do I?
Yes. Wait.
Sam, do what?
Yes.
Cool. Yes. Anybody with a passive perception of 13 or more, as you are walking up this trail, you would notice something very odd about the bird song that you're hearing. It sounds very tinny and fake, and every now and then you catch little glimpses of what look like white porcelain birds in the trees.
Guys,
As
I
soon
think
as
the
Finn
birds are
notices
fake.
them, he would like pay attention and then be like,
Birds are fake.
yeah.
Don't like
What
this.
people?
Birds
Can
aren't
they-
real.
No, I don't mean that. I mean, we already knew we were going to a place where mechanized religion basically took place, so not the worst thing. This thing.
But it means that it's happening to the forest too.
It just means we're going in the right direction.
Yeah.
I guess that is one way to look at it.
Yeah. I'm thinking that
When
the
you're-
birds are
when
reporting
you're
on our
too used to it,
position. I think the birds are notifying those further up the path that we're here. We should probably be ready for a fight.
Does the they're not they can't like see the chapel above the forest or anything like that, right?
Not yet. You are still a ways away.
Okay. All right.
So, shall we continue?
Yes.
Yes, but let's try not to be too obvious.
Yeah, based on the way this rock formation is, well, I'm pretty sure we're getting ambushed.
Oh,
It, it
that's
will be a great.
metagaming.
It will actually be a great place to set up an ambush.
We can't see that. That's metagame.
We can actually see that there's an enclosed
I mean,
space.
I can see that this is kind of a
He's-
canyon,
he's-
and there's a
He's
curve
saying
coming up.
this is a good place that you might get ambushed.
Yeah.
He's making
Yes.
that
Okay.
observation. Yes. I think
Not
that's
that we
valid.
are about to walk into an ambush, just that this was a good spot that if you were going to set one up, that this is where you would want to set it up.
I've
And
seen a
Elle's
lot
going,
of people.
The birds are
call
fake
that.
and reporting our
And
position.
looking around, can we like go off the path and go a different way?
At the point that you are, you could probably try to find a way to kind of get up the walls. It's not it's not like super, like, you're not like in like a super deep canyon here, right? It's maybe 15 foot scramble up a wall.
That's not.
It's tall enough that you can't necessarily see the other side of it, but
If it's only 10 feet, Finn should be able to basically help anyone up if they climb up on top of his shoulders.
Yeah, you could probably make that happen.
Would he like checks the the rising cut basically on either side of them, and he finds a spot and feels the rock, and he turns and he says to the others, would you like to go up and around instead of into a possible ambush?
Elle is going to take Finn up on that. Yes. Absolutely. In fact, if you let me go up, I'll drop a rope.
Oh, hey, great.
Cool. So, this it should not be at all difficult for Finn to hoist Elle up. And Elle, just go ahead and give us, I'm totally on the wrong thing. Give us an athletics.
Would acrobatics count?
For Elle?
Yeah.
Acrobatics would also count.
Does he get advantage since he's literally being hoisted over 6 feet in the air?
I mean, this is, well, he still has to get up the last little bit, so
I got a 17.
a 17
well.
is just fine. See, there you go. So let's see. We're gonna slide Finn up here. L makes it up on top of the thing, and
L is going to shove his Pitten into the rock here, into the at the top of this little hill, and feed his rope into it, tie a knot, and then drop the other end of the rope down so that the others can climb up.
yeah, go ahead. Anybody that's climbing up, go ahead and give me either acrobatics or athletics.
Finn's gonna help them all and is gonna go last.
Sure. And if Finn is
Sam,
helping,
be a
then
lamb.
everybody can have advantage on those rolls.
Ooh. Spoilers.
Could someone be a lamb?
And roll for you, sure.
I'm
Stacy,
coming back. I'm coming back. Okay.
I got you, boo.
What'd
It's
you
okay.
perception?
No,
Uh,
I got it's
Roll
all
my
right.
brain.
athletics.
Thanks.
Well,
Athletics or acrobatics?
Stacy, it's
Whichever
gonna
one's
be
better.
acrobatics, and
Oh, okay.
Stacy's gonna roll a 19.
Stacy makes it up.
I rolled a 24.
Yeah,
11.
we
Even with
Oh.
advantage?
Oh, right. Advantage. Even with advantage.
it's okay. Even with an 11, especially because Sam is, taller than Stacy and Elle probably, climbing up on Finn's shoulders is not a problem. So
With a rope that's been anchored.
with a rope that's been anchored.
All right. Well,
By the way, I cannot pass through here. It says the attendant movement collides with at least one wall.
There you go.
Yeah,
Boom.
we're getting moved.
Finn tries to get up and rolls a 7.
There's a rope. Use that.
That's true. Roll.
I understand for the Ursine, using your paws and claws is a bit more natural feeling. Trust us. Try the rope this time.
Mm-hmm.
God.
Use it.
I see. You are using the rope. It's just difficult to use the rope.
Hey Phil. Phil, a bit of guidance, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Tell me that Phil has guidance in your cantrips. No?
What? I can't look down.
Let's see. Guidance?
So,
The
if you
fucking
go,
goat and he can't look down?
No, he does. He's looking down. He is looking down. Sorry.
Yeah. So
Oh.
if you go from that rock to that rock to that rock to that rock, you should be okay. And that's Bardic Inspiration.
Oh, there we go. What does Bardic Inspiration give him?
1d8 extra.
1d8 extra. Okay. So we're gonna try that, and we're gonna add a d8, which is this one. 16.
Finn finally, with some help from Phil, makes it up the rope, and everybody is now on top of this.
See?
Or on top of the little canyon wall there.
I'm now going to reclaim my Pitten and rope and return them to
Well,
my back.
I'm gonna do a perception check.
Finally,
You're gonna
somebody
what?
use. Sorry,
I'm
we're
gonna
all
do a perception check just in case.
yeah, go ahead.
13.
With a 13, you not only hear, but you can kind of see a glint off in the distance of more of these clockwork soldiers. They're just marching down the road.
Oh, guys, we're gonna collide with a lot of metal men. They're coming down from down the road.
I mean, if they're
Oh.
coming down the road, then we can set up the ambush ourselves.
Yeah.
Wait. Wait, hold on. Finn is gonna cast Pass Without Trace on everyone.
Yeah, that's also a positive. That's also a good one. We can just start moving, go around, and use the cliffs to basically make it easier for us.
Yeah. So he sketches while holding his staff. He sketches some runes and sort of this weird, the shadows around him and from the bushes, that they're sort of standing in, get thicker.
By the way,
Like if, go ahead.
Finn, you just said before that it was metagaming because you saw the metal men coming.
You shouldn't have been able to see them before.
Yeah, I
No.
didn't.
I know.
Couldn't see them before. Just kind of guessed that they were coming. Let's get up.
Right.
I mean,
like,
to be fair, the
doing
towns
it because we're on a map technically is.
sure. And also, to be fair, the councilman told you that it takes them about a day then he told you it takes about a half a day to get up there. So, like, there lots of assumptions could be made.
Except we weren't actually keeping track of the hours.
Sure. Yeah. In any event, here you are, and now you see them.
Yeah. Right. Well, so the shadows thicken and spread out over all of us. And weirdly, sounds become quieter inside the shadows. Everyone is the if they look down, they'll notice that, like, where they step, there's no paw prints or anything like that. As long as everyone stays within 30 feet of Finn, they have a plus 10 bonus to stealth checks.
Oh, nice. Pass without trace.
Yes.
Yeah, pass without trace.
Okay.
There. Right.
Finn
now has that gray circle on the map is the pass without trace bubble.
Yeah. Stay close enough to me. It's about 30 feet, give or take. And they shouldn't be able to see us. Or they shouldn't be able to hear us. And we don't have to deal with them at all.
Got it. Super quiet.
Cool. So, as you are there, you see this platoon of clockwork soldiers continue down the road. And go ahead. This should not be an issue, but as they start getting closer, go ahead and give me stealth checks, everybody, with plus 10.
With my already disadvantaged stealth.
27.
Natural 20. 36. 36.
So if I naturally have disadvantage on stealth, would it just be a normal roll?
No, it's
you roll with disadvantage and then add 10.
Yeah. This doesn't cancel it out.
I tried.
31.
Tree munching on leaves or something.
I got a 13.
Cool.
And what's Stacy got?
Oh, I haven't rolled for Stacy.
I don't
Stand
know.
by,
No
caller.
one's rolled for me.
Woo! Hang on, I got
Hang
you.
on.
I got a better one than L.
Stacy
happy.
Stacy has a 27. So ultimately, collectively, everybody, you know, these clockwork creatures are somewhat on a mission. You know, they're automatons. They aren't necessarily looking for you.
They're not free thinking.
They're not free thinking. They just know that they have to go replace them. For some reason, they have to go replace the ones in town. And as you all try to stay as quiet as possible on top of this rise, unless you have any reason not to, they are just going to pass you by.
How dare they?
We can't hear you.
I can't hear you.
Nothing personal, but we can't hear you.
Yeah. Also, yeah.
Still.
Something about free thinking, but that's all I caught.
Hold on. Damn. Okay. I said they may not be free thinking, but they could be free falling.
Yes.
No, because
if you
we're the ones that are up top.
You're the ones on the high ground, though.
I know, that's exactly what I mean. Let's throw rocks off their balance.
No.
Okay, first of all, I didn't say anything about free thinking in character. It was an observation.
Yes, they're not free.
I'm not thinking in character either. I'm not saying it in character. I'm saying it out of character.
Okay.
There's the plan.
Yeah.
No.
So the group sounds like it decides to generally let these guys go by and head towards the town, knowing that at least for now, it seems like the townspeople have figured out how to somewhat stay safe for themselves. You certainly didn't see any of these soldiers attacking the townspeople while you were there. So they continue on their way.
Bloop. We continue up on
you can continue. Of course you can. Whoop. Swoop. I assume you are continuing in such a manner as to be somewhat stealthy.
Yes.
You're making continued use of pass without trace. Yes.
Yeah. Well, definitely yes.
Yes. So yeah, you all are able to traverse this raised area and make your way towards where you saw these soldiers coming from. Of course, to discover that now you have to get down.
Oh, we can't just keep going?
On
the
highway? the certainly you could. It would probably take you a little bit more time to find some place that doesn't require climbing back down. which I guess if that is fine with you, that's fine. Little
I
bit,
certainly would.
little bits of a detour, and
There's enough trees. I think we could hide in the trees if we needed to.
as you kind of make your way here northward, and you are kind of following the cliff line, you do, especially because you have a higher vantage point, you start to make out the shape of this cathedral that you had been told about, and with a little bit of sidetracking here, you're able to find some place to get yourselves down without really making an effort of it, other than you walked further. And all told, it takes you about 4 hours from the time that you left Claire's house to get up to the front of this church building.
No.
Or rather,
once they can see the chapel, Finn is going to suggest that they go around and not approach it from the front. Do you think maybe you could, like, scout it out for us and see what's going on?
Check the windows, please.
Don't worry, Hal. If you want, I can go with you.
Stacy, why would you do that?
No, that
He's
sounds
the
like a
stealthy
bad
one.
idea.
But
Taking you with me, that is.
Finn does
Scouting
have-
out seems like a reasonable idea.
Guys didn't even know what
Can't hear you.
It's not that we don't want to hear you, it's that we can't.
No, I understand. I'm actually like the other house right now, so I gotta start feeding animals.
Oh.
So it's totally fine. Sam, if Stacy cannot go and try and distract the locals by offering them pies.
oh, I guess I can give you as
No!
you what? Oh, pies.
What do you mean? No.
No, we don't want to give the robots pies.
We don't
We want to
them
kill
to know
the
we're
robots.
here. We want the benefit of a surprise. We want
Hopefully.
sneak attack if we can.
Okay. I support this idea, for I cannot participate right now anyway. So it's all good. I have to go feed animals.
So if we get to like the side of the cathedral and like can see the cathedral somewhat
Oh yeah, we
more
should.
up close.
Yeah, we should be able to at least like have an idea of the cathedral grounds at this point, Alex.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's what
yes.
I'm like.
Sorry. So that's before everybody started talking about pies. Sorry. That's what I was going to give you. As you continue on your way, a single bell tower appears among the trees, and finally you behold this church. The building lacks the humility of a Pirowan Bethel. Its tower juts proudly from the basilica's arched roof, and the main entrance has two 15-foot tall wooden doors. And along the sides are stained glass windows. And from a distance, though you know that this is probably not true, it looks like very reminiscent of a depiction of Pirua, although something doesn't seem quite right about it from
Oh, you mean in the
even
stained glass?
yes, even from the distance that you're at.
El, can you scout ahead of this here?
We're getting there.
you also can see what looks like a delving crew wagon is kind of parked haphazardly near the walkway that leads up to the church, and its horses are shackled.
How big is like the clearing area around the bell tower?
From
and the cathedral-ish.
From the edge of the woods, it's probably it's 20 to 30 feet probably from the edge of the woods. It's enough space to park a wagon,
right,
and still be able to move around.
The party should the goal is the party's like staying in the woods and like skirting around the clearing.
Yes. Do we have a map?
I don't have a map of this the
clearing,
the exterior of the church.
Okay. So besides the wagon, is there anything else up to and including any automatons or any creatures or?
You don't see any other creatures or any of these clockwork soldiers in around the building, and outside.
All right. Can we hear it?
I'm imagining that the large doors are southward facing as we approached from the south.
Yes, the doors face to the south.
So I would say the party would probably want to move from our position, probably starting towards the east, working our way completely around the church while staying in the wood lines until we approach until we're on the west side of the church. That way we can see the back of the church and both sides, at least at one point, as we go around.
Sure.
Okay.
And this is Pass Without Trace lasts for an hour.
Yeah.
So you probably at this point you probably have it is probably still active, but not for, you probably have maybe 10 minutes or so before it is going to be before that hour is up.
While we've still got it, I say we approach from the west to the west wall, and then kind of sneak around the corner up to the door.
Well, hang on. Hey, Alex, did we notice any other doors or other windows?
So if you are making your way around the building, you would see that these stained glass windows depict a horned, hooded figure standing about 3 times as tall as the beings that are worshipping it, who all are reaching up in reverence. Then this scene is probably across multiple stained glass panels. And it'd be this similar scenes on both sides of the church. And you can see that this hooded figure, its face is completely covered by the twists and turns of a maze. Other than that, the only entry, so you see that there is on both the east and west sides, towards the north end of the building, are small single wooden doors, and there was obviously the main door at the south side of the building.
Why don't we try the back door here? And Finn points towards the north side door. What he does look up at one point, and observing the face that's all covered with mazes, he's like, "Ooh, oh, that gives me the willies."
Is the exterior of this cathedral largely made of stone or wood?
The most of the building is stone.
Who's good with fire?
There are people here.
Okay, I'm back.
There are townsfolk here.
I'm not saying we burn the whole building down.
Have you? Okay, no.
I'm saying we set the large front door on fire and then go in the back door.
No, because that's where they're going to try to come out.
Right, that's where the automatons are going to try to come out. That's why we set it on fire.
No, they're going to run away from the fire, so they're going to come out the back door.
Okay, here's an idea. How about we just make sure they cannot use any of the doors or the windows?
Because there are there are probably town folk inside, and possibly some of the other Delvers crews that have tried this. El, can you go? Shush!
Is the wagon a nice-looking wagon, or is it kind of... is it in worse shape than our wagon, or is it nicer than ours?
So the wagon, here we go, is in fairly decent looking condition. It is equipped with some wagon armor. It appears to have a ballista on top.
Well, theirs doesn't.
Oh, this is much nicer than ours. It has a ballista and armor.
And
we're taking this as payment.
And currently, its draft horses are shackled, although they it doesn't look like this is done in such a way that would terribly impede them from going anywhere.
You mean like hobbled, or like are they chained on one leg to a post or something?
Yeah, I mean, other than they aren't even chained to a post, right? It's like somebody put shackles for a
For
a
people?
for a bipedal creature on a quadruped.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, they did a poor job. Anyway.
Yes.
All right, fine. No, are the windows like low enough that someone could look inside?
Yes, you could look inside the.
Well, just go look inside one of the windows and see if you can see what's going on in there.
Okay. I'm going to approach one of the windows.
Cool. Make a perception check.
18.
With an 18, despite the fact that you're looking through funky stained glass, you are able to see what appears to be a few dozen or so figures that appear to be in some kind of robes sitting in the pews. And there is a mouse who seems to be standing at the head of the church, doing church things, talking, giving some kind of sermon or lecture or something.
I'll go back and tell the others. There's a number of folks. Looks like they're sitting in pews, listening to a sermon being given by, I think it was a mouse.
Did you see any metal men?
I couldn't tell. Like, it's stained glass. It's very difficult to see through. But I didn't see any metal men. But they were all wearing robes.
Finn remembers what the councilman said about a pastor. Do you think maybe if we take out the mouse, I think
The
that
others
might be
were
that.
scatter?
That, or maybe they're the townsfolk that were quote unquote, and he makes, really big air quotes, converted. It might free them.
So I get to kill the mouse.
I mean, we go in, and the second we hear it saying anything about this mother of mazes, then yes.
Okay.
Give me a second.
Let's get in this side door here.
El, give me a second. I'm thinking first. There's something wrong.
Think quick, Phil.
There's something wrong about this.
What?
I don't know. Something just doesn't feel right.
Okay, what do you want us to do about it?
Give me a second.
We can go in, or we can stay out here forever.
I mean, we can, but if we're going to try much more, pass without a trace is about to fall off.
Right. So I say we go in.
You think the side door is better than the back?
There was a door on this side, a door on the far side, and the big main door. There wasn't one at the back of the church.
That would be the north side of the church, James.
The west. There's a door on the west, the east, the west, and the south.
Right.
Alex, you said north earlier.
Nope. East, west, and south.
I heard north.
Okay.
But okay, if there's not, then, well, it's going to have to be a side door, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, can I try one thing before we go in?
I'm sure.
I wanna sneak up.
entangle in front of the front.
I wanna sneak up to where the window is,
Okay.
and I can see them all sitting there, right?
Yes.
I wanna use prestidigitation to
Okay.
create like a to basically soil one of the people's robes in a place that he can see. I want to see if he reacts and if he can actually, and if I can see his face when that happens.
So you cast prestidigitation and make one of these creatures' robes dirty, soiled, and they don't really react at all. Their attention seems to be very much focused on this mouse at the head of the church.
So I can probably tell they're charmed.
Maybe they're just paying really good attention.
Okay, how far away is the closest one from the window?
Less than 20 feet, probably.
Okay, I'm gonna try calm emotions.
Sure.
I wanna be able to
go for it.
I wanna cut around 5 of them to see if anything breaks. So since they're they're not willing creatures, it would suppress any charm or frighten effect.
Cool. So you cast this spell.
There's no save to it. It just suppresses it.
Yeah. And once again, you don't really see any reaction from them. They seem to continue to be paying attention to this mouse.
Okay, I just made sure they're not there against their will. I'm gonna keep the spell up though. I can keep it up for a minute, so
sure.
So I just want to make sure they're probably not metal men. Hopefully. But if they are, we might just have to kill them all because no one there is there because they don't want to be. Literally, every single one of them is a follower.
Maybe. We'll find out when we get inside.
They're not, I will say this, they're currently not magically forced to be there.
We'll have to deal with that when to get there, but I've got some pretty good spells up my sleeves. Oh, Finn holds up an arm and realizes he isn't wearing sleeves. In case we have to deal with them.
Okay, let's go.
As we approach the side door, I'm going to use prestidigitation to clean the hinges and then use my oil flask to lubricate the hinges and locking mechanism.
Yeah, love it. Go for it.
They are going to be clean and well oiled, making even less noise.
After we get the door open, or after we get the door like unlocked, but before we get in the building, Finn is going to drop Pass Without Trace, assuming that it's even still up, and cast Barkskin on himself.
Okay. And you
Just
guys
hit
are
AC 16.
coming in from the west?
From the west.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this door locked?
The door is not locked.
Beautiful.
Just kind of drop everybody in here.
And as soon as L steps inside, he's going to hide.
So you step into this church, and
I'm on the black map.
Yep.
You're on a black map?
Yep.
Oh, hey, look at that. Ah, there's no light. That's hilarious. Hang on a second, I make fix. That's hilarious.
It's daytime, so.
Yeah. No. I
Finn
have to...
is behind L. I mean, he's not.
That should be better.
Yep,
He's
is
not
better.
he's not directly behind L. He's like. So is there like a little hallway with the door, or is it literally just a door?
It is pretty much just a door that kind of leads you right into the front of the church here.
Okay, so Finn pokes his head in, and everyone else is going to be behind him except for L.
Okay.
Finn.
Kind of just stick
So
people
technically,
in the
they're
wall
not
here.
in the building yet. Yeah.
Okay.
And I assume L's probably hiding around the corner.
Yeah. Kind of.
I would think the other direction.
Hide and to the corner. That way nobody stumbles over him.
Well, what about that alcove?
There's kind of this wall-looking thing here.
Oh, that's no, it's okay. It's you could. It more is denoting a change in level than anything else. If you wanted to, yeah.
Nope, staying on the same level.
But there's also
the
like
is better.
you could probably get behind this thing.
Oh, yeah,
So
that's a good idea.
Finn is going to. Can we? Okay, now that the door's open, what do we hear the mouse saying?
So the mouse is chanting or is giving a sermon, and he appears to be talking about the dungeon and how the dungeon needs to be revered like it's a god, and how he has been appointed as the chosen attendant of the Mother of Mazes.
Yeah. Okay. So making sure that wait. Making sure that it's not gonna hit L or what he can see of L. Erupting Earth centered roughly on the mouse. Not hitting L. 20-foot cube.
Sure. Go for it. What does that? What does that do?
Fountain of churned earth and stone erupts in a 20-foot cube. Each creature in that area must make a dexterity saving throw against a dex 14. A creature takes 3d12 bludgeoning damage on a failed save or half on a successful. Literally,
sure.
The ground is going to punch this mouse up.
Cool.
And then the ground in that area becomes difficult terrain.
So,
why?
Yeah, go ahead. What?
Why? Why the fuck would you do this?
Why did you make it difficult terrain?
It's okay. What's the
14.
DC? 14?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dex of 14.
Yeah. So this mouse who doesn't look like he should be able to do this, actually saves.
Motherfucker. Okay.
And
so okay, hang on. I gotta roll damage because he still takes half.
Sure.
Oh, balls. He takes 6 damage.
Okay.
Bludgeoning.
While the earth was erupting in front of L, he shoots his short bow at this mouse as well, because he heard the magic word. All he cared about. Does a 16 hit?
Yeah, 16 will hit.
What are we even doing here?
Total damage 22.
Between the 6 damage from the erupting earth and the 22 damage
on that, right?
from L, yeah. This mouse is
Falls over dead.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So hang on. The square, the 20-foot square, the mouse is in the like mid upper left corner of it.
Mid upper left. Hang on.
So it
Square.
starts like 1 square to the left of him.
1 square to his left.
Uh-huh.
And makes a 20-foot square. Should be about so like that. Ish?
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as it's not gonna hit anybody that's in the pews.
No, it won't.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's where it is.
Cool.
Cool. So he falls over and Finn steps. How big is the level difference?
It's hold on. Now you want me to do stair math? The hell with you. I mean,
Look,
it's
roughly,
1, 2,
okay,
3, 4,
roughly.
5. It's 5 steps up, so it's probably
Oh shit.
it's like
Okay, so it's a
3
couple
foot?
feet.
I don't know if you assume
Okay,
that
well-
it's about 8 inches per step.
Right. It's a couple feet ish. Okay, so Finn steps in and lets the others come in.
It's about 3.5 feet.
Yeah. I just wanted to know if it was like reasonable, like just take a step, or if it's like actually like move down. But there's
Okay.
steps there. That's fine.
So we're gonna move everybody else in. Whee!
Everyone can come in now.
Cool. The church is a place of worship, from its stone foundation to its grand arches, held aloft by tree-sized pillars. The center aisle is covered by a red carpet that's now probably somewhat covered in a little bit of blood. You see a few dozen creatures in the pews. Their faces are shrouded by low hoods, and up until the point where you started doing some violence, you might have actually heard them singing what seems like a repeated phrase in an unrecognizable language. Something is incorrect about the architecture here that you can't quite place. It pulls your eyes towards the lectern where the lectern used to be and the mouse used to also be.
Well, we did a big thing. What happens?
So
Do the pews erupt in joy or hate?
I'm pretty sure we're dead.
So you
Is Sam asleep?
No,
I mean,
I'm
her
here.
plan.
I'm just listening.
She's listening.
She doesn't have anything to say about what happened.
No, this is just I'm gonna roll with it, and we're gonna roll with it.
All right, cool. Yeah. Now
The-
what, Alex?
the 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 creatures in the pews stop this chanting at all of this commotion, and some there are definitely some audible gasps of concern when they see this mouse fall, but as the as the dust settles, you can literally you can see that some of them just can go back to continuing this prayer, and there are a few others who look like they're more lost and don't necessarily know what's going on.
We're not in combat.
I'm
You're
gonna go where the
not
priest
in
went.
combat.
All right.
I'm gonna go there and start speaking. So the sermon is over for a while. The church is being disbanded. The higher ups have decided that they no longer need you. Please make your way through the exits and back to your homes. If the church continues to be active after this, we will come and notify you. Do
And
I need persuasion or deception for this? It's deception, right?
well, either way, you could go either way.
Okay, I got
We
deception.
definitely shut down this chapter.
25. I have +9.
So with a 25, the creatures that were looking more lost and not really understanding what was going on all start to get up and make their way out. Some of them look at you and ask, what's happening? Why are we here?
The blasphemer is dead.
Why you're here? Give me a second. I'll go around. Calm emotion is still up. I'm gonna suppress anyone who has been charmed or anything. In case there still are, I'll take a walk.
So as you kind of walk through with this aura, a few more of the ones that had gone back to praying actually kind of come around, and they have the same kind of concerned look on their faces, and everybody's kind of looking around, and these are all townsfolk from Glasshedge. It's not the biggest town, so it's entirely possible, or rather, they definitely, some of them recognize each other, and kind of move towards their friends.
While that's happening,
Please don't
I
fuck
have
me up.
like while Phil is actually, as he made his way to go down the stairs, Finn used mold earth. It's a cantrip to smooth out the ground ahead of him.
Okay. So we're gonna get rid of the
Well,
Yeah.
like in a path, and then like while Phil is walking down the aisle, Finn smooths out the rest of it so that we can get down reasonably.
Sure.
Like the stairs are trashed, but it's not
now a
difficult
ramp.
terrain.
Yeah.
It's now a wheelchair ramp instead of stairs. We are ADA compliant.
Okay. So as I make my way back to the front, how many of them are still under it?
As you make your way back to the front, at this point, all of these creatures are kind of coming around, and um, and some of them look at you guys and they say, "What about the soldiers? What about the strange porcelain things?"
Oh, the metal men, you mean?
Sure.
We are
where are they?
planning on dealing with
shouldn't
those
go
as we go
downtown yet.
along.
Where are
They will be promptly disfigured, dismantled, and put into a savings account for next time the church goes up.
where were they coming from? Your Finn remembers the name because eidetic memory, but whatever the name of the councilman was.
Oh,
Thomas.
blah, 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 blah. Thomas
Right,
the tank.
yes.
Yes.
Also, we need to find Finn.
We're so
The cat.
Yes.
Your councilman Thomas said that they kept those clockwork soldiers kept getting replaced, but we're not seeing any here. Does anyone know where they were coming from?
Well, the pastor, I don't know why we called him that. One of the creatures speaks up. He used to talk of a guardian, and that the guardian would judge our worthiness, and I think it must be maybe in the basement. There are definitely some stairs in the back of the church.
Okay. One more thing. We're looking for oh shit, Alex. What's the small race of cats called?
Chiquitu.
We're looking. We were asked to find a Chiquitu named Finn.
One of the creatures lowers its hood and says, I'm Finn.
That was easy.
Good. We found Finn. All of you should be very careful going back home. There were some clockwork soldiers that were headed back towards town.
Yeah. I wonder if we kill the thing under here, if they're gonna stop moving. No guardian.
Quite possible. But maybe they should stay here at the top of the church. Until we kill that thing at least.
Or outside the church even. One more thing, folks. We saw a wagon outside. Is that crew still here, perchance?
If they're here, they might have been taken to face the guardian.
Dibs.
I know. What?
Dibs on the wagon.
Well, have you no shame?
So everyone, I got A question: should I make a stronghold here then?
What you mean, Phil?
Not. Uh, I mean, I can go around the church, and I can literally make a massive barricade that the metal man won't be able to break.
I
Like-
don't think we're going to need to worry about them coming here.
To trap them inside the church or to keep them from getting in?
To keep them from getting in, so we can actually go to the basement quietly and kill whatever's down there.
I don't think the ones on the road are coming back.
I think they were like given probably specific orders to go back to the town because something happened to the ones at town.
Okay, Stacy,
¿Qué pasa?
do you still feel like burning down the church?
I never said anything about burning down the church. Whoever said that put words
Yep.
into my mouth.
So you don't want to do it?
Me, I had plans on burning the church down. I still
Well,
have
you-
plans on burning the church down just after we get everybody out now.
Okay, everybody out. We're burning down the
Like-
church and the guardian with it.
Finn is about to like do the whole like calm it, like settling pause movement, but then he, as soon as Elle says get everyone out first, he stops with a rather pleasantly surprised look on his face.
Well, we're not mass murderers. Calm down.
Yeah.
Stan.
Chaotic oops, not chaotic evil.
We should probably at least get these folks out towards that wagon, and then we should check out what's down those stairs.
I
Why
think
don't we
instead
just
the
burn
church
the
is
place
probably
down?
The safest spot.
Because
Yeah.
there might be more folk down in the basement.
And I
Okay.
think having a collection of people upstairs inside rock walls is probably a safer spot than outside.
I mean, not if we're going to destroy the building during the fight.
Yeah, we are gonna burn down the
We're not
building.
going to destroy the building during the fight. We'll destroy it after the fight.
Okay.
Duh.
Finn gives a very noticeable glance at the ground, at the ramp, and then looks back up at Elle.
The thing is, El, there might not be a need for the fight if we just burn the guardian to death.
Well, why? Okay, how about we? Elle, you could sneak down there and take a look.
Yeah.
Well, yes. Yes, I absolutely could.
And if
And
there's
I understand
no-
your concern with like the destruction that's already been done to the church. But I'm pretty sure, and he knocks on the wall, this thing's pretty sturdy. Also, I don't want to bring down the building while we're fighting the big thing.
No, I mean after. We don't have to fight the big thing. That's the thing.
Anyway, why didn't we go see if we can find out if there's anyone else?
Yeah. I'm gonna give El bardic inspiration. Can you just go downstairs and check, please?
Yep.
I'm gonna
Just,
hit
you
my
know,
I'm
take
gonna
a
hit my
peek.
bracelet twice. What is that?
Uh,
Who's rolling?
the stairs are at the back of the church.
Yeah, the stairs are on either side of near the main entrance. They're
Ah.
they're the funny.
Front of the church.
Yeah, sorry. Yes, that front.
While Elmer's going and doing that, Finn goes over to the Chiquitu and is like, "We were told to look for you by
El, you have bardic inspiration.
Yep. Going downstairs.
whatever the name of the other cat was,
Finn?
the old lady." I can't even remember if she was an old lady cat.
I will tell you her name. Stand by, caller. You probably don't remember because I don't think I ever told you. Because I don't think anybody ever asked. But her name was
Really
Lena
awkward.
Lena Nightwisk.
I mean, I imagine we would have done introductions at some point while we spent the night in her house.
I know, but I have a whole list of names here, and I was like, none of you ever asked for names.
Okay. Lena sent us to look for you.
Ah,
Well,
Lena's.
She was hoping that you were still alive anyway.
We kind of live by the whole don't ask, don't tell on a name basis so that we don't get in trouble.
We don't know who we hurt. We are not sure that it was you. You can't sue us.
You don't
Oh,
know
Lord.
it was us. You don't know our name.
Oh, okay, that doesn't do anything. Great.
Not by
I'm
glorious name. Nobody.
Hey,
I'm glad to know that she's okay. As soon as we can get back to town, I'll make sure to go see her.
all right.
Cool. Elle
Sneaking
is
downstairs.
sneaking downstairs. So,
Sneaky, sneaky. Do both sets of stairs go down?
both sets of stairs go down.
While he's doing that, I am going to go around and throw some seats around the place, some on the statues, some on the front,
Sure, go for it.
some outside.
Potential
just,
potential finding plants everywhere around this church. At this point, between the tests that you've done, the last fight that you had in town, and this, you probably have used about a quarter of your bag of dirt.
Oh, I'm not using ivy this time. I'm just using the beans.
Sure. And as Elle heads downstairs,
How
the
much
first
do I still have?
the first place that, or rather, the next floor down, Elle can see looks to be set up somewhat like a prison, and there's a single one of these clockwork paladins that seems to be standing guard in front of some prison cells.
Does he look like the paladin one or one of the normal little guys?
He looks like the paladin.
Okay. And these stairs continue to go down?
And the stairs continue to go down.
Before I go down to the next level, does it look like any of the prison cells are occupied?
You can see you can see one cell that appears to have creatures in it, or rather, of all of the cells that you can see, there's only one that appears to have creatures in it, from your limited view somewhat from the stairs. So,
but there's at least one that I can see occupied.
Correct.
That's all I need to know for now on that. Continuing down.
Cool. So Elle continues down. The heck did I just do? Sorry. Sorry. I clicked the wrong thing. That's why. Yeah. So continuing down, Elle can see a large room that is lit by torches, and at the far end of the room from the stairs that he came down, he can see what appears to be a giant clockwork construct This is the word that I've been looking for the last 3 hours. That is standing almost like a statue at the far end of the room. The
And
room
this one's
has
even bigger than the big paladin guys.
yes, and the room has a large pool in the middle of the room, and it is lined with columns, and little alcoves, at least along the walls that you can see from the stairs.
Is this as far down as it goes?
This is as far down as it goes.
Okay. I'm going to quietly, stealthily go back up to
Is there
ground floor.
anyone else in the bottom room?
From what Elle could see from the stairs, Elle could only see this giant construct.
I was going to come back up to ground floor and over to where the ramp is, because that's dirt, not stone now, and can draw in the dirt. And is going to kind of give as best a layout as he can as to what's going on as we go down. So the level right below us looks like it's some sort of prison, holding cells, that sort of thing. There's people in cages, and there's one paladin style guardian. Looks like he's going up and down the aisle, guarding these prisoners. I say we ignore him and go down to the bottom level, which is right below that. That's where the big thing is that is probably making these constructs. And I think if we
big?
attack big,
Like, would it be able to come up the stairs itself?
I don't think it can come up the stairs, but it might be able to bust through the floor.
This is a valid concern.
It's big. I don't think it will if we're down there, but I think if we try to run up, it would.
Okay.
Also, if I think if we attack the paladin guy that's down there guarding the prison, it's gonna know and is gonna be on high alert. Whereas if we just go down and attack him, maybe the paladin guy will just fall apart. And if he doesn't, we'll know that there's more guys back at town. But if he does, maybe the guys back at town will have just fallen apart as well.
Because I'm sure that he's going to come running down the stairs. Oh, I could probably block the stairs.
Yes. Both sets, remember. There's a set over there as well.
No. Oh, right.
I can probably block the stairs once and for all.
We want to be able to get back out.
Yeah. Well, we could step down one set of stairs.
By the way, Alex, what exactly did you say that I used dapper last time?
Oh, well, if you've been using the soil to help grow your plants, okay.
I have not.
Okay.
The only time I've used it so far is during the first experiment, and now I've got like 3 ivy seeds in there.
Okay.
Like sprinkled a bit.
Great.
That thing's supposed to put out a full anchor of what's it called? Yeah. This this anchor of family can fit up to 12 humanoids per year. Yeah.
Okay. Finn and or possibly Sam. Well, we know a little bit that that Sam, at least with Delver parents and has knows, probably has heard some more famous dungeoneering names, and Finn remembers everything that they read, and therefore, if Finn has done any studying. But in any event, both of you give me a history check.
Okie dokie. Do, 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 do.
I got a 16.
15.
So, both of you, as you're kind of going through the church and dealing with all of this, you realize that this mouse, the pastor, he seems to look a lot like a an old well-respected dungeoneer that went by the name Devon. And that the last you had heard about him, he had kind of gone a little bit off the deep end, and some people claimed that he had the ability to make himself part of the dungeon.
Ooh.
That doesn't seem healthy.
Sam,
You know,
looks at the guy, looks back at Finn. That look familiar to you?
yeah. Yeah,
Where?
you know, I read about him once. That's
Yeah. What? Wait a second.
that's Devon something or other.
Devon? Wait a second. Like the adventurer.
It's the crew leader. You know,
Yeah.
pretty sure I read something about him being supposedly claiming he could, you know, join with the dungeon and become one with it or something like that.
Hey, Mr. Question, you wouldn't happen to be Devon, as in Dungeon Delver?
The guy that we killed.
You asking the dead guy?
Sam.
Sorry. What? I thought we were following him.
He's dead.
He's
okay.
dead, Jim. It's okay.
I thought that we were following him for some reason.
It's okay.
No, that's the guy that we came in and massacred.
Yeah, no, we're talking about the mouse, the one that Finn and Elle just murdered.
Sorry, I just wanted to give you a little bit of flavor there. That's all.
No, I
Elle's
am
gonna look over at you
totally
too, like,
blanking on the name,
huh.
but would Finn have read at all about Devon being connected with wait, are the Dungeoneers the ones that like research and worship the dungeon, or is that different?
Yes. They were a well-respected team of Dungeoneer researchers.
Got it. Okay, yeah. No, he's not a Delver. He's one of those dungeoneering researchers. So okay, so time for more setting knowledge. The dungeon is this. It's almost viewed as like a possibly non-living, but like magical, and it's a force or like a thing that happens, and different people in this world have different reactions to it, and there are those who worship the dungeon, and there are researchers who are trying to find out more about the dungeon instead of just, you know, smashing everything in it. They're trying to understand it.
Wait.
There are those who think that the dungeon should not be pillaged and plundered. There are those who sort of take their own religious pilgrimages to the dungeon, and a lot of those end up being murdered by dungeon monsters. But there are research teams that are trying to figure it out and understand all the stuff that they see within the dungeon, and that sort of everybody that isn't a dungeon so Delver crews are basically the adventurers. They go in and they smash things and they get loot or they save people. And the dungeoneers are everyone else who goes down into the dungeons for whatever reasons. Finn very arguably would before he joined this crew, would have been considered a dungeoneer possibly.
So many ifs.
Okay.
Huh. So, I guess this guy studied the wrong dungeon.
Well, that happens.
They consider
Yeah.
them the fringe of the fringes. For a few lost souls, the title of Dungeoneer isn't just the description of a theory, it's their religion. The dungeon is their god.
Yeah, no. Only people who really didn't like him would have called him a dungeoneer.
Yeah. I mean, I can give you this, well, in any event. So, sorry. Wanted to give you some flavor there. Also, I certainly don't want to stifle anybody, but this is not a bad place to pause if people need a pause.
Well, you are allowed to say that you need a pause.
Yeah.
Since you have to go to work tomorrow.
That is true. Although ironically playing for a couple hours with you guys makes me feel a lot better than I did a couple hours ago. But yes.
Yeah, but you still need to
good job.
Yes. So yeah, if you guys are good with that, this is probably a good place to pause before we head into the depths of the church. I will keep you posted on my schedule for next week, on account of there's a high likelihood that we may end up working funky alternate shifts around people, which may not be conducive to running a game. We'll see how it goes. This was a lot of fun. You guys definitely kept me on my toes on this one.